Matt Target's called Tigsy, apparently. Joe Willock likes to bark at players. Jason Tyndall likes to shout out, hold.
Like the Albi bad guy. It's normally you. It's normally you.
He's not seen it correctly, I'm afraid. Me and Johnny, the voices of reason today. Lee's, unfortunately, he's still got that kind of, holiday brain going on.
Yeah, I thought he was brilliant. If anything, Maxi was worse than Willock today.
Look at him. He's liking it. He's liking it because it's not him this week.
I said nothing.
Does he keep saint-maximin in there, or does he play Joe Litton out on the left? Because Sean Longstaff is playing some of his best football since Rafa, because it's either him or Willock who drops to the bench.
I was sat there asking myself the same question.
Oh, yes, Team
no,
Lola.
No, I mean...
Are you 40?
Come on, what Team Lola? Come on, what Team Lola?
I'm leaving you lot.
Good afternoon from St James's Park on this wonderful winter sunny day. It's almost as icy as Chris Wood's veins when he's taking a penalty. Got that one in there. New presenter.
We look like a run-down boy band.
We do. You probably can't see, but Fordy's hugging us all from behind here because he's struggling.
Keep warm.
Newcastle run out winners 2-1 against Rayo Vallecano. And what was a relatively chilled out day. Goals from Chris Wood and Sean Longstaff and an own goal from Matty Target. But before we get into that, I'll come to Johnny first. England's World Cup performance. Talk me through it, mate.
England's World Cup performance, not very good. Well, it was expected, really, wasn't it? Quarterfinals. I thought, if I'm honest, I think quarterfinals is the first I thought we'd get to. But I wanted Kieran Trippier to play more minutes, and I wanted Callum Wilson to play more minutes. That didn't happen, so that probably tells you a reason why England aren't in the World Cup final.
Fordy, what about you, mate? Anything that you wanted done differently? Obviously, I think there's lots of criticism towards Gareth Southgate. What was your thoughts on his performance throughout the World Cup, mate?
To be honest, on the flip side to what Johnny said, that benefits us because the less minutes that he play, the more benefit for us, really. Like, same with Bruno, same with whoever else was out there. But look, for me, Gareth Southgate, it's time to go, man. Like, he's had his chance now. He's got us to our best positions, barring Sir Alf Ramsey, but he's taken us as far as we can go. Move on to new blood.
Lee, you've been out in Saudi Arabia. Talk me through your trip.
First
you got 30 seconds.
Couldn't give a shit about England. Secondly, Saudi Arabia was really nice. It was really warm. It was really heartwarming. Loads of videos on the channel. I'm sure you've seen them, but it's good to be back to home games, bread and butter now. And now we're back to 3 games a week, which is great.
Is indeed. Big game on Tuesday against Bournemouth, and I think, as myself and Johnny have spoken about in the match reaction, the lineup reflected that. Was there anyone that you didn't see in the lineup that you expected to be there, or were you kind of happy with what was presented, Lee?
Well, I didn't know until we put it in the WhatsApp that Chris Wood put it out, that a lot of the lads who didn't feature today were in the training match. So I was like, where's everyone? They've all got injuries. Some of that we don't know, but that's why there was a training match. So for people who are watching who don't know, that's the reason why you haven't seen Dan Burn and people like that today, because there was a training match yesterday. We don't know if it's against under 18s or an under 21s or another team, but yeah, as soon as I seen the kids, it was like, yeah, there's something's not up, but we know why.
4 minutes in, Jacob Murphy puts the ball into the box, and Sean Longstaff absolutely buries it. What were your thoughts, mate? So early doors?
Yeah, it was early doors. I think, it was nice to see Newcastle on the front foot quite early on, but it was a great finish from Sean Longstaff. And the thing is, he's getting in the right areas now. I know that obviously today's just a friendly, but it's nice to see him in those attacking areas in the box. And it was a fantastic strike as well. It was a great finish, no chance for the goalkeeper. Perfect start for Newcastle. That's all. It's just again, the win doesn't make a massive importance to the rest of the season, but it's nice to see that the players haven't got a bit of a hangover from from the Premier League games that we played really well at. So it was nice to see a great start, a really quick start.
Fordy, what about yourself, mate? In terms of the first half, did you find it lacklustre? Obviously, it was nice to be back at St James's Park. Atmosphere was subdued because obviously it is a friendly. Yeah. Do you think that reflected the performance as well, or?
Yeah, look, to be honest, it was a bit of a training match when it was a bit of an attack versus defence. It was a chance for ASM to get his tricks off. It was a chance for Longstaff to get some minutes in the tank, and the rest of the boys who haven't been playing to get their minutes in as well. Look, I learnt more being so close to the sidelines than I did actually watching the game, because I was quite close to Eddie and Jason and
first name terms, by the way.
Yeah, me and them are best mates. Matt Target's called Tigsy, apparently. Joe Willock likes to bark at players. Jason Tyndall likes to shout out, Hold for the back
Mad
line.
Dog?
Mad Dog, Mad Dog likes to shout out hold to the back line. So I learnt more about watching them than actually watching the game. But yeah, it's a bit of a training match, to be fair.
Your decision to bring Jay Turner-Cook on from there, then?
Yeah, of course, tactical substitution and all that. But yeah.
I'll come all the way over to yourself, but
Dale.
how
Dale
did you...
me call me Dale.
Nice to meet
Yes,
you.
it's the first time
First
I've-
meeting on camera. First time meeting on camera. Is there anyone that you were disappointed with in the first half? What do you kind of make of, like, I've already mentioned and Johnny have mentioned that Maxi had the kind of freedom to go and do what he wanted today. What do you think of his final product?
I thought it was like rusty. Like obviously they haven't played for a while, so it's like obviously the final third he was doing all the running, but like the final third product wasn't really there. It's the same with Willock. Willock was the same. He was running with the ball but losing the ball, and then obviously, so the first 5 minutes like were massively under pressure, and we could have easily been like 2 to 3 goals down. Like me and Lee were saying, but once that first goal, we just calmed down, passed the ball around, and the product was starting to become good. And then, like this, it would have been nice to see like Eddie Howe like starting a couple of youngsters, like mix them in with so they can learn the experience off the more experienced players.
I just want to say Willock was shit first half. I'll tell it because you'd have been too kind.
I'm not saying that he was shit.
He was shit. However, Joe Willock was crap first half. If I'm being bad guy today, I'll be bad guy. It's normally you. It's normally you that's bad, but Joe Willock was shit. He was shit first half.
I can't say anything because I
And
tried
then as
to.
the game went on, he got better and he won with a penalty in the second half, but there was too many misplaced passes. So if I'm picking on someone today, I know it's a Friday, let's calm ourselves down, but Joe Willock was crap.
Unfortunately, he's not seen it correctly. I'm afraid. Me and Johnny, the voices of reason today. Lee's unfortunately he's still got that kind of holiday brain going on. He's a bit clouding his vision. Isn't it?
Johnny just like stared through Lee then, as if to say, "What are you saying?"
I'm not being funny. I was watching that game and thinking, because I seen that a couple of comments in our WhatsApp saying Willock was this. I think, am I watching a different game? He wasn't. He's the only one. Yeah, I thought he was brilliant. If anything, Maxi was worse than Willock today. Maxi was really poor.
I agree. I was saying to you,
Yeah.
Willock's the only one who brings the ball forward. That's it. But it was too many times he was giving it away. And that's a friendly, but we can calm ourselves down. We'll talk about it on Tuesday. If he does the same again, then we can have a bitch on Tuesday.
Shelby gave the ball away just as much as Willock.
I know, but you brought up Willock was giving the ball away more.
Look
Look at him. He's liking it. He's liking it because it's not him this week.
I said nothing. Listen, I'm on Team Johnny this week.
Fuck you then.
Everybody's on Team Johnny.
but like I say, it's just what it is. It's the first match for easily a month. So you can see it's obviously everyone's going to be rusty about it. So as you could tell, the first
last
half.
week,
Yeah, but it's like full crowds. If you think about it, like it's in James's Park. You knew for a fine fact it wasn't going to be competitive. You knew everyone was just going to have a. It's like a training match.
I want to pull it up with Willock as well. I'm not going to have it.
Again.
What did I say to you?
He runs.
After the League Cup game, what does Eddie Howe do with that left wing position? Does he keep saint-maximin in there, or does he play Joe Litton out on the left? Because Sean Longstaff is playing some of his best football since Rafa, because it's either him or Willock who drops to the bench when we play Leicester. Forget about the League Cup game. For Leicester, someone has to come out.
No, disagree.
So who does he play left wing?
Joe Linton.
Oh, I don't want him there.
I know Joe Linton's not as strong there, but you cannot drop that midfield. That midfield is one of the biggest reasons why Newcastle United are doing so well. For me, I think if you look at why Newcastle have been so successful, is because Willock and Longstaff have been so good. They've been really, really good, and it's allowed Bruno to kind of do what he likes if he wants. Joe Linton's probably a lucky one because he's strong. He is, like, I agree with Lee. He's strongest is midfield, but at the minute Joe Linton can't be dropped. I think even on the left-hand side of an attacking three going into the Leicester game, he might start on the left-hand side of the three against Bournemouth, who knows, but for that Leicester game, if that's the most important game for the next couple of weeks, Joe Linton has to play in that team, and he probably plays on the left of the three, because let Miggy have a go going forward. Joe Linton does pip him with the odd goal, but you can't not have that three in midfield at the minute until one of them drops form.
I was saying to Dale, again, I think that's the only position that's up for grabs in Boxing Day. I think the rest will come back in. That's the decision. Who does Eddie Howe play there? I think that's the only position
it's
for
no
me.
decision. Like, ASM's still fighting his way back into the team. Like, he's not done enough for me today for him to be like, yo, he goes straight back into the team.
What if he has a great game on Tuesday?
Even still, like.
You don't change your winning combination. At the minute, you keep the gels.
I play bad cop today.
I was sat there asking myself the same question.
Oh,
like,
yes, Team
no,
Lola.
no, I
Team
mean
Lola.
in terms of does Maxi come straight back into the squad? What happens? So like, it's a great debate to have. I'll just cut it off real short. Yeah, let us know in the comments. Newcastle going 1-0 up, come back out much of the same. Joe Willett, to be fair, has a great second half. Goes in, wins the penalty for Chris Wood to bury that. Matty Targett unfortunate with the own goal, but all in all, a good day of football. Poses quite a few questions, obviously.
Great to see Florian Lejeune back as well.
It was. What do you think of the attendance for a friendly today?
I couldn't believe it, to be fair. 35,000 just shy of to watch a friendly. Like, I know obviously people have missed probably watching Newcastle. I know there's obviously, especially
In this weather, especially.
I think that obviously we know there's obviously some people that do enjoy watching England, some people that don't enjoy watching England. So when you got Newcastle back on the horizon, it's nice to see. But look, it's an incredible attendance. Like, I think there was more here today than there was at Sunderland versus West Brom on Monday night. So that just tells you everything. But had to get that one in. But no, look, it's sell out against Bournemouth on Tuesday. That just shows you that the appetite for football is so strong up in Newcastle, and why not when you're third in the league and trying to progress in the League Cup?
Like I said, I was like, not even exaggerating, I was surrounded by 25 Crystal Palace fans in the Gallagher West corner today. Palace fans just come to watch the game because everyone wants to come and watch Newcastle at the moment. It's ridiculous. There's tickets available. Anyone, do you know what I mean?
Number 26.
Honestly, I sat there and people must have been thinking, there's no Geordies in sight. Me there, the Palace fans. But Fordy, I'll come to you. Do you expect the lineup to be the same on Tuesday night, or do you expect quite a few changes? Or?
Oh yeah, for sure. Got to be a few changes. Like, Matt Targett comes out of the team for me. Sorry, but Dan Burr goes straight back in. Lascelles, he had a decent game today, but again he gets dropped because if Fabian shares,
that depends on Shared, doesn't
yeah,
it?
if Shares fit and available, obviously Share goes straight back into the team. But again, yeah, Lascelles had a decent game today, and then up top, as you know, Wilson goes straight back into the team. Isak, is he back yet? No. There you go. So Wilson starts, obviously.
I don't think that's a given. I really don't.
I think it's Chris Wood.
I think it's Chris Wood as well. I think that's why there was a slight reason why he was taken. That's why he was taken off after 60, 70 minutes. I think Callum Wilson will only be needed on Tuesday if he's desperately needed. I think Wood starts on Tuesday. I know Newcastle fans will argue whether Wilson or Wood should start, but I think Wilson's being left for the Leicester game.
To me. Are you 40?
Come on, what team Lola?
I'm leaving you lot. Listen. Anyway, yeah, Wilson starts if he's free and he's available and he's fit. But yeah, then if not, then Wood starts. And then infield, Amiron has to come back in because he's having a season of his life.
The only benefit, there's a benefit of moving the game 24 hours is because that gives us the extra day off. Because then it's another 6 days, isn't it, to Boxing Day? Boxing Day is on Monday, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's 6 days gap, so you could play his full strength on Tuesday.
But is it worth the risk though?
Nah, it is. Come on.
Painful strength.
Of course, we can progress in a competition.
Yeah, I can understand. Like, we can go really far, but the thing is,
Like the mic.
but the thing is though, like, I want to go far in the cup, but like, we're still third, right? So so it's a basic. What does Eddie Howe want? Does he want to progress in the cup and still go for top Champions
I
League,
think
or
you
does
have to because it's a 6-day break?
or is he going for the Europa League?
No, but
So that's the question.
There's a nice big gap in between Bournemouth game on Tuesday and the next game. So if it was tight, then fair play. Then you'd obviously prioritise Premier League. But there's a chance to progress in a competition that we haven't won ever or whenever.
We've never won it.
There we go. So it's a no-brainer.
It's the best chance we've got because Man City, you've got Liverpool, and then hopefully Burnley can knock out Man U, and then that'll be great for us. And that'll be one of our favourites.
Just before we end, because I do agree, it's definitely the best chance that we've got. Talking about Isak very quickly, there's talks of him potentially moving over to the winger position because he might not go in over Callum Wilson. Where do you honestly see him fitting into this side, if at all, before the end of the season?
I think he'll play up front, but because let's be honest, is Callum Wilson going to stay fit from now the rest of the season? It's highly unlikely.
This will probably be the season where he does that.
Yeah, he might stay fit all season. He might, but I think Isak will probably. I just find it difficult if you're paying £60 million not to play him. Not to play him, whether you play him up front on the wing, whatever. I find it very difficult to spend that amount of money and not play him.
Plus we're in too many competitions as well. We're still in the Carabao Cup, FA Cup.
Left wing is the only position that's up for grabs. There you chuck Isak in a couple of weeks' time. There's another conundrum, a nice conundrum. It's what we need.
It is. There you have it. Lots to talk about, lots to digest. A nice chilled out day back into St James's Park. Big game on Tuesday night against Bournemouth. But let us know in the comments, where does Isak fit into the side? Does Maxi come straight back into the side? Lots to debate. Let us know in the comments. Like, share and subscribe. It's been Newcastle Fans TV, and we'll see you in the next one.